Hi, it's me. I'm still in my polytunnel. It's like 7:20. Sun's over there somewhere. It's gone down or it's going down. I probably got here about, I don't know, 8:30 this morning or something. I thought it was Saturday today and it wasn't, it was Friday. So I had to go and do a bit of work, but I did do a video earlier and I'm going to put it on. And this is tonight. It's at the same place. I just love it. It's brilliant. So I'm here. Just fed the fish and I noticed that there was absolutely shitloads of, there was quite a few white cloud minnow in here, like about probably 12 or 15, far more than I thought. So when I fed the goldfish, I caught some. I only caught another 3, but they're really fat, really fat. I've seen, I think there's probably 4 or 5 in here as well, so there's quite a lot. But I put the 3 new, well, 3 not new, but I don't even know if you can see this. There's one darting about in there. It's just going, I don't know whether you can see that. Your eyes might be better than mine, and but there's probably 9 in here now. 9 white cloud minnow, boys and girls. Some of them are really fat, so hopefully they'll spawn. It should be warmer, the water in here, and there is well, there's just drips and there's a bubble thing that goes in the daytime. But it would be nice if I could get them to breed. The same as having these ones in here. I've got 2. I don't know whether it's in this one. I think it's in this one. There's a couple of gold ones and there's a couple of long-finned white cloud minnow. I want them to breed together and have long-finned albino gold white cloud minnow. And then there's some up in the top one as well, some white cloud. It's just all white cloud minnow, and they're all doing well. They should breed. They're very good fish if you're going to keep. It's just if you ever build something stupid like that I've built, and then you wanted something to keep the mosquito larvae down, it just stops mosquitoes. They fly in, they spawn, they lay their eggs in the edge of the water, the mosquito, and the mosquito larvae hatch, but they don't get a chance to grow because the fish just come along and munch them all up. So you don't get any pests, and that way you get less pests and less mosquitoes as well. And they eat the flies that are in the polytunnel and all the insects and blah 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 blah. Somebody asked me earlier about what do I do about the algae. Not a lot. I've got to let it let it grow. I want to take it out. This is just a pond, so I'm not that worried about it. And that's like blanket weed slime algae, and there's like a long hair algae. I'll show you the hair algae. It's in the other beds, and you can see it where it comes in and out. Here we go. There. This is like a long hair algae, and it is because of the fact that there's so much light that it's growing the hair algae in the bed. And my suggestion was that what I was going to do was I was going to get some shrimp, but I'm going to go with something like a cherry shrimp. I breed tropical fish and shrimp and all this sort of thing. This is why I have all this, and this is what I wanted to do when I built my system. So, but I'm going to use different fish and things, hopefully, in my system to do different jobs. So I've got the white cloud minnow. There's very minimal amounts of them. If I get them to breed, they don't eat their babies. They're good parents. They don't eat their babies, so that's a good thing. But I'm going to probably get something like some koi mollies or platies, put them in as well, because they'll actually withstand a colder temperature. So I could put them in an indoor pond. Swordtails and things. In the past, I had swordtails that I put in an outdoor big pond like this, and they grew really long. So it'd be interesting to see if I could get them to grow back up to that sort of size again, or whether I have to get a certain variety or not, but we'll see. But the thing with the mollies and the platies, if I get them, I've seen them online, I've seen them on Aquarium Co-op, I quite like that. It's an American thing, and the bloke shows you how to do different breeders and things like that, and it's very interesting. So I like watching things like that on YouTube. But I thought if I got something like some platies or mollies, got the koi carp type ones, then you'd see them from the top. That's how you look at them, and they've got the patterns on the same, so that you could have an indoor pond in your house in the corner of a room, and you imagine that you just had the corner of this, okay, and it was an indoor pond, and you had something growing like that, and perhaps like a little water lily or I'm going to try and grow lotus flowers, let's say, which would grow in a bed like this. And then you could have these types of fish in there, or you can get things called rice fish and different things like that, and they're all also mosquito type fish, all the guppies and all that sort of thing. But if you have ones with nice bold patterns on that are big but not a koi carp, then you can have like a mini koi fish pond, and you could have it in the corner like that. And this is what I'm trying to explain anyway. But I'm going to try all these different things. If you have platies and mollies, guppies, they're actually grazers, and they will graze the algae that grows in the fish tank, in your fish tank at home, but they'll also graze on hair algae and things like that that grows in my fish tanks with any luck. That's the idea. So I'm going to have a go at that again. And then when it gets cold in the winter time, I'll have to bring them back inside again and put them in my home fish tank. The white cloud minnow can stay up here and come into the indoor ponds, but the other things I'll have to come home with me because they won't be able to withstand the cold temperatures. I know that. I did try with some golden barbs, and I have 2 left in there in the very bottom tank. I think that didn't work. They didn't withstand the cold temperatures at all well. So that's a lesson learned. Felt quite bad about it, but like I say, it's a lesson learned. And if I want, I'm just going to stick with the white cloud minnow in the system to keep the mosquito larvae down. And that's it. That's all they're used for. But it's interesting. It's interesting to try and grow different fish and things like that in the system itself. And it'll be interesting. I always wanted an indoor pond, and this just makes a brilliant indoor pond, though I know I'm going to have to change it into growing vegetables at some point, but we'll see. I'm going to bring you all along for the look, and we'll see what we can grow, and do different fish, and perhaps do some shrimp, all tropical varieties. I don't want to have anything that will cause an ecological disaster or anything, so they'd have to stay in the fish tank. And when they grew on or whatever they did, I just wouldn't want them escaping and going anywhere. I don't think they can here. I'm quite far from the river, and I'd make sure that they were all safe. And then perhaps, what I'd like to do is do those big Thai shrimp, and because they're a mud shrimp, I could grow them in the bottom of my tilapia tank. This is my brilliant idea, because I really like shrimp. I could grow them in the bottom of my tilapia thing. They could eat the poop from the tilapia and the wasted bits of food, and then I could eat them. And I just think it's a brilliant idea. Tilapia and giant prawns, giant Thai mud prawns. Oh, and they're quite cool to look at. They have like a long blue pincher. But yeah, I just want to grow things that I like to eat. I'm not really fussed about anyone else. I know that sounds a bit mean. The salad and that, I'm growing for other people. I'm going to grow it to sell to the market, hotels and restaurants and greengrocers and all those sort of people. And you, if you want to buy lettuces, I'll have a bell on the gate and I'll sell lettuces. Let's say it like that. I don't know. Wishful thinking. And maybe I can do, if I can get the shrimp to breed for the fish tank trade, I could do some shrimp because they're invertebrates. I think I can do that, and I can sell fish tank plants. And if I did the mollies, the pond mollies and things like that for indoor ponds, then perhaps you lot would like an indoor pond. I'm sure I can sort something out, and I could supply you with some fish to go in your indoor pond. I don't know whether that works or not, but I could either that, or I could breed them and work out something. Don't know how that works, but we'll see. I've got lots of big ideas. I just wanted to sort of bring people along to show people that you can do anything. Like, you can build a crazy mousetrap, bathtub, aquaponics system, or 2 systems, in fact, and just design it. Like, just pinch everybody else's ideas and design it, and make it turn out like this monstrosity. And grow vegetables on it, or try to. And if it does work, then it's brilliant. And if it doesn't, we'll tweak it until it does work. And I'm just going to try anyway because I think it's a brilliant idea. I mean, things are growing in the system already, and I've just put silly things in with it, you know. But we're going to try. I've just covered the things over the bathtubs. I've left one. I might put a bit of plastic over that as well, but the other ones I put fleece over the top, and I just wanted to show you. It's only because the weatherman says that it might be a clear night, and so it might be a frosty, cold night. And I've got melons in here, and they've been on the windowsill at home, so it was quite warm at home, and it's been 40 degrees, 46 degrees in here. So I've just covered these 3 bathtubs. And there's one down there, I might cover that. I've just got cucumbers in. I'm not that fussed about the beans and the peas, I just hope they're okay. The tomatoes here, I'm sure they'll be alright. I might just cover that bed over there. But that's about it. Still bright. It's like 7:30. And yeah, so there we go. Just thought I'd bring you along and have a little chat with you about what I'm thinking of doing. I tend to just get on with doing stuff, and that's what I was saying before. If you all want to build something, and you've got like a space in your garden or a bit of field or whatever, and you haven't got any money, and you think, oh, I'd like to build a shed, just go and get some pallets and build a shed. And I'll show you. I mean, it is that easy. This isn't actually... It's not really stuck to it. I put the hardcore down, and I put dumpy bags underneath this bit, and the shed's made of pallets. They're just literally stacked on top of each other. There's 4 on the end, on either end, and then there's however many there is down the edge, down the side. And then because I didn't have any money, and I had to build it it's built on the end of the polytunnel, to protect the double doors on the end. I've clad it with, this is called Antinox, and it's what painters and decorators use, and they put it on your walls. That once you've had your walls painted, they put it on the walls to protect the walls. I put it on the first year that I built it, this shed, and I just put the Antinox on as cladding. I mean, it's not cladding, it's a corrugated cardboard, look. And it's like a laminated corrugated cardboard. It's like £3.65 or something a sheet, perhaps £4 something a sheet. But it's not very expensive, and the reason that I've got it and used it is because it's not very expensive, because I didn't have any money. That's why the shed's built of pallets. The roof of it is made out of like a plyboard, and it's sterling board, so it's kind of waterproof-ish. And then I've just put beams in as rafters, and I only put the posts in this year, I think, to give it a bit more support, because it kept on falling down a bit and it was running the wrong way, and I had an indoor water feature when it rained. But now I've got it so that it actually tilts back like that. And then I built a little extension on the end with a log burner in it to heat the polytunnel in the winter. And then I built a wood shed kind of extension for the wood burner to go in. But we're going to turn the wood burner around this year, and we're going to put a frame in there, because I've got someone gave me some double doors, glass double doors. So we're going to turn the wood burner around where it is, just leave it where it is, level it off the other way around, turn it round, put the double doors in. Then I'll be able to open the doors, and in the summertime I'll still be able to have barbecues, use it as a pizza oven, cook in it and all that sort of thing. But we love sitting outside and having a barbecue here. So I can do the same, just turn it round, have it so that it's turned round there, there'll be double doors there, we can open the double doors, we can cook in it, we can have our barbecue in it. It's going to be brilliant. And that's what it's going to be. I mean, it doesn't cost anything. It just costs some... If we have a barbecue, I'll make everyone come and do 2 hours of work just to help me to build what I need to do, just to put the double doors in there. We'll have a barbecue, we'll have a good feed. My mate can bring some beer, and we'll have some beers, and, you know, hopefully all this lockdown's over and that. And then we can sit in here, and I'll be able to have the double doors on, and it'll help that when the fire's not on in the night, I'll be able to open the double doors there and put a big fan in, and it'll draw the air out of the polytunnel, you see. I've got big plans and quick thinking for everything. The air will flow down here, and it'll flow down and through the hole where there'll be double doors there. I'll be able to open it, and I'll be able to take that out perhaps in the summertime when it's too hot, or like I say, turn it round and have it as a pizza oven. But I just wanted to show anyone and everyone that if you have these brilliant ideas, because I know that you might think I'm as mad as daft as a brush. Let's go with that. You might think I'm bonkers, but I had a brilliant idea, and the brilliant idea was to build the mousetrap aquaponics bathtub aquaponics system, which I've done, which I'm still doing. I still got to do the other side. But what I'm saying is that anyone can do anything. All it takes is time. And time isn't something that everyone's got plenty of it. If you have, I mean, make some time. We've been in a lockdown and I did this because I was a bit bored. I wasn't bored. I was trying to work as well, but at the same time, just I'm never really bored. I've always got too much to do, and it's because I keep on making things like this and putting a shed on the end or whatever. I'm going to put a shed on the other end down there to put my two new solar panels on the end there. But I've got to build a shed to put it on to be able to put the solar on, because it won't work. And I just haven't got enough space on that little shed roof, so I'm going to take the other shed down and use that, and it'll be brilliant, and I'm sure it will. But it'll probably take a day to do, or maybe two. The other shed took like 2 or 3 days. Actually, it probably took about a week to do. But I only had a bit of help from a couple of friends, and they just helped me to lift things up. My mate Jake came and helped me put the roof on, and that was very nice of him. And yeah, so there we are. But anyone can do anything. All you've got to do is try, and all you've got to do is have a positive attitude. That anyone can do anything. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, it's good to measure, but if you don't, you end up with shit floating raft beds that leak a bit sometimes. But it's all right. It's all good in the end. Anyway, I'm babbling on now. But anyone can do anything, and anyone can build anything. Just put your mind to it, and when you put your mind to it, just get on and do it. Don't talk about it forever. I mean, I do talk about everything forever, but I will get on and I'll do all these things. So there we go. Hope everyone is well. Nice one. Cheers.